Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss operating system architecture. So operating system architecture defines how its components mean kernel, device drivers, file system are organized and how they will interact with each other. So operating system architecture defines how its components means kernel, device driver, file system will be organized and how they will be interact with each other, and everyone has a different design and each one with pros and cons. So we will be discussing further more in the coming slides. What is monolithic architecture? Monolithic architecture means all OS services. OS services means file system, memory management, device driver, and the scheduling will be run in kernel mode. Kernel mode and as a single large program. It will run as a single large program in kernel mode. Means you can say that all the OS services will be run in kernel mode as a single large program. They are running in a kernel mode. Means this is a user mode and this is a kernel mode, and all the services is running here as a single large program. This is kernel mode and this is showing the file system management, this is showing process management, this is showing memory management, this is showing ROS management, so and also device management. So all these services will be run in kernel mode as a single large program. I have mentioned that this is the hardware and this is a kernel mode. All the services will be run here. So what is the example? Example includes Unix, MS, DOS, early Linux. And what is the advantage of monolithic architecture? So it perform high performance because everything run in kernel mode, means its performance will get higher because everything runs in a kernel mode as I have mentioned. And it's a simple design because everything is present in kernel mode and every services is managed in a kernel mode. So this is called simple design. But its disadvantage too, means it's difficult to debug and maintain. So as you can say that it is a simpler design, but all the services are managing in a kernel mode. So it's a difficult to debug and maintain, and also a single bug can crash the entire system. Means the single bug will crash the whole system. This is the disadvantage of the monolithic architecture. Means you can say that it's difficult to debug and maintain, and also a single bug can crash the whole system. So this is called monolithic architecture. And the second one is microkernel architecture. Means you can say that in microkernel architecture, most essential services means IPC, basic memory management, and CPU scheduling run in kernel mode. And all the other services means file system drivers will be run in user space. Means you can say that in microkernel things will going to be run in kernel mode and user mode too. Means all the essential services means IPC, basic memory management, and CPU scheduling will be run in kernel mode, and the other services means file system drivers will be run in user space. And the example is QNX, Mini, IX, Mac OS partially, microkernel, Window anti-hybrid. So what is the advantage of the microkernel? So you can say that it's a more stable and secure. Means if something is happening, means some fault is happening in user space, it will not crash the kernel. It will not impact the whole system. Means if something is happening in user space, it will not crash the kernel, and it is easier to expand and maintain. and the disadvantage will be it's a slower because things are happening in kernel mode and user mode too. So it required extra communication between user space and the kernel space because there are two spaces, user space and kernel space. So the communication will be slower and it provides slower performance. So this is the disadvantage of microkernel architecture. What is layered architecture? So you can say that OS is divided into layers and each layer builds on the one below. Mean this one is one layer and the second one will be held here, and you can say that each layer builds on the one below. And also you can also say that the bottom layer is always will be a hardware and the top layer will always be our user interface. Bottom layer will be hardware and the top layer will be user interface. And the example is OS highly layered system, Windows NT partially layered. Means this is an example of the layered architecture. You can see that the bottom layer will always be hardware and the top layer will be user interface. When I talk about its advantage, so is a easier design. Easier design just because of its layered architecture and easy to debug. And it provides high modularity, means each layer focuses on a specific function. So you can say that it's provide high modularity, means every layer focuses on a specific task. So what is the disadvantage of layered architecture? It's not efficient. Due to overhead of its multiple layer, it is not very efficient. It's hard to define because it has a strict boundaries between the layer. So uh, you can also say that easier design and also easy to debug, but it's not very efficient due to overhead of multiple layers, and it's a strict boundaries between the layers, and also it's hard to define strict boundaries between layers. So this is the layered architecture. What is modular architecture? Modular architecture means is a combination of both monolithic and microkernel ideas. So the core kernel will remain small, and they also modules like drivers, file system, networking can be loaded, unloaded dynamically. So the core kernel will remain be the same and it will be the small, and the modules like drivers, file system, networking can be loaded and unloaded dynamically. So the core kernel will remain small, but modules can be loaded, unloaded dynamically. So the core kernel will remain be the same and also it will be small. And what is the example? Modern Linux, Windows means hybrid modules and the Solaris. So example will be modern Linux, Windows, which you can say that hybrid, modular, Solaris, and also it provide you some advantage. Advantage means it provide you good balance between the performance and the flexibility because it involved both monolithic and micro kernel. So it's easier to update parts of OS without rebooting because it provides the combination of monolithic and microkernel. So the core functionality remains the same, but the modules can be loaded and unloaded. So you can update your OS without rebooting. And what is the advantage? So more complex design than pure monolithic. So it's a complex design because of its um, modular approach. It's a complex design because it involved both monolithic and microkernel. So you can also say that bugs in kernel modules can still causes crashes. Means if something is happening in kernel modules, it will also create problems and also causes crashes. You can say that this is a core solarized kernel, and the services are device and bus drivers, and they stream modules, a loadable system called file system, executable formats, scheduling classes, miscellaneous modules. These are the modules and these are the core kernel. So when I talk about modular architecture, so the core kernel remain the same and it will be small, and also modules like drivers, networking and file system can also be loaded and unloaded. And also there is some advantage and disadvantage of modular approach too. So this is about modular architecture. What is the comparison table? So architecture monolithic is speed is high because everything is happening in kernel mode, and its security is low, and its maintainability is also very difficult because something is happening in kernel mode, it will crash the whole system. And the example will be Unix and DOS. When I talk about monokernel, so its speed is low because things are happening in kernel mode and user mode too, and its security is high because things are separated. User mode and kernel mode is separated with each other, and its maintainability is easy because something is happening in kernel mode and something is happening in user mode, and if something is crash in a kernel mode, it will not impact the user mode, and also vice versa. And the example will be QNX, Mini IX and Mac OS. And when you talk about layered architecture, so its speed is medium and security is also medium because it's provide different layer, and the things are happening at the different layer of OS, and its maintainability is easy. And the example will be OS Windows NT. When I talk about modular architecture, so its speed is high just because of combination of both monolithic and microkernel. And when I talk about its security, it provides you medium security, and its maintainability is moderate. And the example is modern Linux and Solwise, because modular approach will provide you kernel mode and all the modules like file system, device management will be running in the separate mode. So this is all for today. I have discussed you monolithic kernel, microkernel, layered architecture, and the last one is modular architecture. And I have also discussed comparison table. So this is all for today. I will bring some other lecture in the coming videos. Thank you.